Welcome to Art with Miss Frank. Today we are going to be exploring one-point perspective. That is the way amazing artists like you create an illusion of space and form. We will be using lines and shapes to create that illusion. We're going to learn about a horizon line where the sun sets, the moon rises, where the ocean meets the sky. Within that horizon line will be a vanishing point. That point is the one point in the one-point perspective, and where our objects are going to get smaller as we get closer to that vanishing point. Here are some images that I took today as I walked around my apartment complex. Right here you can see how the sidewalk is going back in space, and even the sides of the buildings, the windows, right? The closer you get to the back, to the vanishing point, the windows get smaller and smaller and almost just look like lines. They don't even look like windows anymore. And the gutters on the right side get smaller and smaller. So everything that gets closer to the vanishing point, it gets smaller. And that's how we're going to create that illusion of space. The yellow lines on a road, you will see this a lot driving around, how they go off in the distance and then they disappear. And then here is my hallway of my apartment. And again, you see the lights getting more blurry, getting smaller. And at some point, you can't even see the doorways. So let's get started. Okay, so let's get started. You've got your pencil and your paper. If you have an eraser, great. If you have a ruler or some type of straight edge, you may use that, but it is not necessary. So to begin, we are going to draw a very big X from one corner of our paper to the other. And again, it is okay if it is not perfectly straight. If you are using a ruler, you would line it up, take your pencil down the edge, one corner to the other corner. This X is going to give us our vanishing point. By using one-point perspective, the objects we are going to draw are going to get smaller as we go to the vanishing point. This is how we're going to use lines and shapes to create an illusion. So this bottom part, triangle, is going to be a road for my drawing. Up here can be your sky. So if you want to have a sunset, or you want it to be a nightscape, you can go ahead and either draw your details in now. If you have crayons, chalk pastels, you could go ahead and explore adding color for your sunset now, or you can wait till we are finished with the details. Again, using the side of your crayon is going to help fill your space in quickly, but you can also take your time with colored pencils and fill that in. And again, you can add as much detail to the sky as you want, or just leave it as a simple sunset, sunrise. All right, so here's our road. We are going to draw a city and a park on the other side. So as for our city, our first building, you're going to come pretty close to the top of the page, and you're going to come out to this guideline. From there, come on down to the road. That is our first rectangle. Now you're going to follow this line and come down. We now have a form, a rectangular prism. You could add a door. You can add windows. You could even add lines, make them into bricks, or just a cool design. So again, this is the basics. You add your creativity and imagination as to what type of buildings you want. So, next building. We're coming out from the side here. Come on down. Follow this guideline. Building number 2. Going to do the same thing for number 3. Come on out. Use this guideline. And remember, pause whenever you need to catch up. Come on out. And I'm going to do one more last building. Right? So my buildings are getting smaller, going towards the vanishing point. So once you have your buildings, again, you can go ahead and have some fun, add some details. Maybe this is the movies, bright lights, fun door. Maybe you're in a Pokemon world or a My Little Pony world and you want to have some fun rainbow bright. Your building could be rainbows. So again, have fun with that and make the buildings your own. So now we're on the other side of the street. We're at a beautiful park. So it's a tree-lined park. And so we're going to first start. And now it's spring and we have leaves on our trees. So start with a trunk. And I'm going to add some beautiful, beautiful oak trees, right? I'm going to add all different types of greens in here. And remember, you can do as much detail or as little detail as you want. You can keep this all in pencil. You can add Sharpies. I'm going to come back and add a little bit of detail to my trunk of my trees. So again, they're getting smaller because as the viewer, we are standing here looking down the road. And at the vanishing point, it's giving us the illusion of space. All right, so I could come back, use some lines, show that bark. Maybe add some limbs in there. You could add a sidewalk. You could add some cars. Ooh, how am I going to do my car? Here we go. Ooh, it's a little race car. Right? You could add people walking. So again, make it your own. You are the artist. All right. So from here, if you have a Sharpie or you want to use a black crayon, a black marker, you can go ahead and come on back and outline. This could, like I said, it could be just pencil, it could be pen and ink. And if you notice too, I'm using just a standard size of paper. If you have bigger paper, go for it. If you have smaller paper, that's fine too. So I'm going to trace. I also want to just talk to you about if you wanted, you know, this doesn't have to be your road. This could be a river. Maybe there's some fishies in that river. Happy little fishies, swimming, swimming, swimming. And on the side of that river, you could still have your forest. Maybe you wouldn't have a sidewalk. Well, river walks. Oops, look what I just did. This is a very large maple tree. But do you see what I just did? I just made a mistake. It's okay. I'm going to go with it. So my trees are going to get smaller as I go down. You can also make it so that it's a tunnel, and so that maybe this whole area, let me show you this. So maybe this is a river. You can make this into a tunnel going back. So actually, we would erase these guidelines. All of this could become brick, cinder block. You could, so look, we could make this into a really cool brick tunnel. With some more sea life. Ooh, maybe there's a crazy wild octopus swimming in our river. A one-eyed octopus. Okay, so have fun. Here we go. 1 point perspective. Could draw a city. You could make this into a river. Use your imagination and have a great time.
All right, Northside Navigators, it was so great to be with you today with your 1 point perspective landscape with a cityscape. Some of you might have gone in for the seascape, the riverscape. Great. Have fun with this. Do multiple ones. Don't forget to send them to me via email. You can also drop into my office hours every Tuesday, 12 to 12:45. That's in the form of a Google Meet. And my nickname is Frank-Art. Again, that link is also on my office hours that you can find on the choice board. So please, any questions, please drop into those Google Meets Tuesdays, 12 to 12:45. And I'm also going to have a lunch bunch art chat every Friday. Same time, 12 to 12:45. I want to see what you've been working on with me, and I also want to see what you've been working on in your own time. So I am so excited to explore more 1 point perspectives with the vanishing point. Next lesson, we're going to get more into the horizon line as well, still using space and form and lines and shape. So have a great week. And again, so awesome to be here with you in my home studio. And I will hopefully see you on Friday. Come on, drop in. I will be there.